Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are having an amazing weekend going on and really enjoying it. So for today, this is something they call it as bread crumbing, the new generation, like this newer terms which are coming up, and how something very similar is even happening in professional world. Just like to share a small incident. So, one of my cousins was working for a couple of years in the company. He left his job, and when I asked him like, why have you resigned? This is the whole scenario that he explained to me, and I have seen it happening also quite a number of times. Wherein you get a promotion, you get certain pay hike, but along with that promotion comes a huge amount of responsibility or huge amount of tasks which are getting added to your list of things to do or list of things to manage, and you do feel that it is not being justified against the salary that uh, you have got, or what are the pay hike that you have got. Because again guys, people do compare, they know what is happening in some other firms, in some other companies, how the tasks are very specified and how they are segregated, and according to the segregation it is assigned to a role and what payment that particular role gets in a proper bigger firms. But yeah, he was working for a comparatively a smaller company, and for every hike that they were getting, the amount of things that were getting added to their to do task was like a huge amount. That's what he was feeling. And every time he or any of his team members tried to raise it, get it to the notice of the management, for that particular month somehow they used to get some sort of a bonus or some sort of an incentive for 1 month, and then again it was the same thingy, same cycle used to continue. So he noticed it for 6 months, then again for one whole year, and then he said, it's enough. I'll probably take a switch where to a company where things will be well defined, and as per your definition of your role, you will be assigned your task, and it will be like a proper, justified, systematic way of doing things. Now this is, I heard this is like a there's something called as breadcrumbing that happens in relationship nowadays, wherein somebody is giving you a little little of whatever the attention, time, so as to you remain connected to it, which is sort of similar thing which was happening in his company as well. They were, every time they raised a question or sort of a complaint, to keep them silent. Okay, it was probably to make them remain silent for a certain time, and every time it became a big thing, they gave them certain promotion with a pay hike, which wasn't again that so appropriate for the amount of work that was getting added. And again, this is another pattern, guys, wherein sometimes people, at least these this newer lot, they were able to like go up and tell, this is so and so is the issue. But in so many cases I have seen previously, or even in the older generation, there are some people who use this technique. They'll give you a little bit of thing, and then they'll expect a lot of things from you, or they give you that little bit of thing initially so as to you keep quiet and you do what I'm saying. I'm giving you this gift, take this gift, and sort of I'll then put some clauses, I'll ask you to do some things, and then you feel okay, I have already taken this gift and I'm sort of under their debt of some sort, and then you have to do what they are saying, or have to behave as per how they want you to behave. And this particular pattern can happen in your personal as well as very much in your professional life, which is you can see it almost like in many places. So this is, I feel, another sort of a psychological game, wherein first they might give you a lot of stuff so that you remain, you get into that zone wherein you cannot say anything much back. And then they can, slowly, directly, indirectly ask you to do certain things in a certain way as how they want. Maybe your higher ups in the company, or somewhere maybe in the family as well. So, guys, sometimes we have to be very, be very much, I think, aware enough to know why certain things are happening. You have to probably just notice the cycle. Once you notice how the whole thing is working out, how the whole cycle is going across, you know the pattern. And once somebody realizes how the pattern is, it becomes way easier to probably know at which point you're supposed to get out from that particular cycle. Right, like how my cousin noticed, okay, for 6 months it was same, like you get a pay hike, workload is increased, you go up and you tell it to your management or whoever, and then like for that particular month you get some project bonus, some incentive, something to make you happy for a time being, and again next month again the same thing is happening. Now he realized that it is some sort of a pattern. They're playing a certain sort of a psychological game. Every time you're trying to raise your voice, they're giving you something for some time, and then to make you remain quiet for that duration. And for some people it is really not okay. They don't like working in certain way, or even some people probably don't like to be in certain, even personal relationship statuses wherein this cycle happens. And some are very courageous. They just, know the cycle is so and so. This is the pattern, and I have to get out of it. And this is something, guys, only comes after awareness. Otherwise, we feel the discomfort and we are like, we don't know where the discomfort is coming from. This new generation, like, sometimes when I interact with them, I do get that vibe of they don't like wasting their time on anything that is not giving them a desired sort of output. It could be good, it could be bad, it depends upon how people see it. Because yeah, some things they applied for everything, but some are really, it makes sense. Why are people simply wasting time sometimes in companies? They're wasting their years in companies where they know something is not so right. Whatever things are favored, there is some sort of cycle that is which happens continuously. People who are working hourly getting the lot of work done. There are some sort of people who are favorite, which is rapid. It's happening everywhere. So make that choice, guys. I feel you have to find some way of getting out of it. And lot of things I think come from your confidence. Like, you have to get that confidence even in, probably if you're in a work setup, to go and be clear with your seniors and have that confidence in yourself that if this doesn't work out, I can go out and find another better place, right? I always feel that it's very easy in professional life. The difficulty comes more when it is in your personal side of things, when things go this way, wherein you are raising some query, you're raising some sort of your concern, you're given something to make you feel better, but the whole thing doesn't change. The pattern goes on the same. Your issue is there. Only thing they have silenced the issue with some sort of making you feel happy, which probably something you might have not even asked for, but you accept it, and then you're like, okay, now I can't say anything back because something is given to me, whatever, however the balancing goes out. So yeah, some things come a lot with awareness. I think being aware about certain situations can keep you to a lot of extent in a better place to face the situation and know how to act in it. And again, guys, you have to find your ways out. There is no hard, concrete way anyone can probably suggest. If you all can, please do in the comment sections in such situations of what to do. But again, it depends from, a lot of things are there. It depends upon what position also you are at sometimes. Uh, or as a person, what sort of a person you are. Are you somebody who is very vocal about their thoughts, or are you somebody who is easygoing? You'll get adjusted and be like, okay, it's fine, I'll figure out, I'll live with this. So depending upon each one's personality and each one's way of looking at things, I feel it is how a person can get out of it, or either want to stay in it, then have to get adjusted to it, right? That's the two options that we have. So yeah, be more aware, guys. Especially, I feel maybe in the professional side you can do it more easily, so that even the higher ups realize that everyone is now getting aware about certain cycles, certain maybe psychological tactics that they're using on you, and see where you can, probably be treated in a proper way, like in a more less of, based on your skills, based on your whatever, the way you do your work, and where your talent is actually being recognized in the correct way. The moment you find that place, I think it will be like a comfortable place to be at. So yes, share it with anyone who is like, about to join certain company or starting their careers, because these things are gonna be happening everywhere. You have to be aware about it. And if you are somebody who doesn't want to waste their much time trying to think that things will change in another certain time, it even applies to some extent in personal life as well. If you, some people really value their time in life, they don't want to waste it giving x number of chances to people, or seeing how person will react again in the same situation. Is he gonna improve the next time? Is she gonna react in a different way? They don't do that. They are like, okay, you are like this, maybe you are gonna be like this always, so let me just, move out of this whole situation, and you can continue being however you want to be. Okay, so yeah, make as much as possible, make careful decisions, guys, and I'll see you all in the next week. Till then, take care. Bye bye.